Yeah, no, I've got, I guess you would call them love letters from a first boyfriend and little cards and little things. This ring that I wear.
On your
it's
wedding finger.
I guess what you would call
this.
my first love.
Will you say
You're saying but don't you think that's a bit weird?
What about her husband?
Is it weird?
Knowing she has that ring on from another man on the wedding finger and on top his.
I told him, but I don't think he's registered. He's not there. I mean, I have occasionally said this ring that he's got specially made.
Do you ever read? I mean, well, what if he came up to the loft then and found you just sort of reading through his?
Oh yeah,
letters?
I'm going to do that with my facelift on. I mean, you've had happy times in your life. Life goes on, you know, and you go through different stages in your life. That was a wonderful relationship that I had. That, well, didn't end so well, but no, they never do they? But anyway, Stephanie and Jeremy are coming on later. But you know, I have lovely memories, so I think why not have the ring?
I suppose I've still got a tattoo. Well, I had it covered up with Pete. I've got Leo on my ankle, and Kieran does keep saying, I keep looking at that tattoo.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I will get rid of it. So I suppose a tattoo's worse than the ring.
But you can't erase your history,
At least you can put that
you?
in the loft if you want to. You can't really do that with a tattoo.
I mean, you've had similar. I've had the same situation with you with an ex taking
but
memories.
a boyfriend of mine, he was a really lovely guy, but he was really jealous. And one day I discovered that he'd gone through the house and he'd thrown away all my photos from my past. And I remember being so upset because I used to do these Italian exchanges when I was a kid. I used to go over to Italy and then they would come swap over, and they were the amazing, life-forming parts of my life, you know, and had little flirtations and little love, you know, holiday romances, all gone, all just thrown away, because he just couldn't bear the thought of me ever having
a past.
Been with it.
I have to say, do you remember Gladiators?
Yeah.
I was engaged to one of them. Who haven't I been with?
What?
But not I used to have a suitcase, and in that suitcase was all my old school photos, school books, and when we split, he never gave it back and said he burnt it. And it really upset me, because they're the kind of memories you can never bring back. Baby photos, everything.
Yeah.
So...
But in the film, obviously, she finds that this is a love that was a true love, rather than sort of mementos through the years, like both of you. This was someone who'd obviously meant an awful lot to him.
And was he keeping it secret from her?
Yeah,
and
he was going up and having a little look every now and again. And you know, do you think that's strange, or do you think that's quite
different?
sweet?
I mean, obviously, if Ian didn't know that I was wearing somebody else's ring on my wedding finger before, he knows it now. You know, and I'm sure he won't bother, but I think to keep something secret, and basically she discovers and finds out that their life together has not been as good as the life he thought he might have had with somebody else.
Painful
That's a dagger in the heart.
Thinking, so how many times, how many moments that were so special to us were you wishing that she was here
there
instead of me? Yeah. Oh, it must be like a death almost, mustn't it? If you're like the grief you'd
It
go
would
through.
taint what you think is a little bit of perfection, I suppose.
Thing is with photos and all of that, though, is of course photos are usually 9 times out of 10 capturing a happy moment.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think that's the problem, isn't it? When we get jealous, when we look back at photos, we're then reading that as the whole picture. Of course, you aren't going to take it in the middle of a row. You know, or when you have to stack the dishwasher, it's going to be just all those lovely moments.
I was cleaning out the garage the other day, and I came upon... basically, it was this frame about that big of lots of pictures that friends had taken on my first wedding. And, again, it was such a nice moment to sit back and look, because obviously that was a really long time ago. It was a very long time ago, in the 90s. It was ages ago. And it was... I actually felt happy looking at it, which, again, shows how far I've come, and everybody's moved on.
It's more about Nick, isn't it?
Do you know? No, we do talk about. Obviously, we've both been married before.
About it.
He wasn't there actually. I was with my dad. I was with my dad. But no, of course, just because you've had a relationship before and it's ended doesn't mean it was all bad. You obviously had some happy times together, and sometimes quite nice to stumble across them, have a little look, and then put them back in the loft again.
That's good when we have the logic, isn't it?
It is. Logic is awesome.
Stick it over the mantelpiece, stir things up a bit.
No. Okay.